Yes, my dear friends, welcome back to the channel. Very good afternoon to you guys all out there, wherever you are on the globe, on the continent of Africa, in Europe, in America, in Canada, Australia, right here in Southeast Asia, ladies and gentlemen. It is a beautiful Monday afternoon. It's hot anyway, but wherever you are, dear friend, I am back. Chelsea losing a game to Arsenal. A lot of talking points. I'm happy. I'm glad to be back because I got a computer analyst who actually helped me to analyze the game properly. And I'm here to spend just about 7 minutes. In the next 7 minutes, I'll tell you what actually happened. Apart from our head coach, yes, in fact, not even apart from our head coach, for you to know Chelsea's flops, and it starts from the head coach. Ladies and gentlemen, but before then, let me start this way. Newcastle won the EFL Cup. Yes, they are the champions right now. At least they've won a trophy in the last 50 plus years. And Chelsea, we're going to even get to the quarterfinals of the EFL Cup. Newcastle are the champions. And look, the Saudi money, they finally gotten something that they really wanted. Why they are investing so much in the club. They were aiming to win trophies. Unlike my club, no identity. We don't have any aim. We don't have any target right now. Right there on your screen, ladies and gentlemen, the Newcastle owner, Yasser Al-Rumayyan, at the pitch side at Wembley, lifting up the Carabao Cup, lifting up the Carabao Trophy in celebration. After all, since they bought the club, they won their first trophy. He has to celebrate. I understand he's not even the owner. You know, the Saudis is a state that is buying the clubs. The state of Saudi Arabia, yes. But as the figurehead, you can just put it straight away, the owner. Ladies and gentlemen. And let me also state this before we move on to Chelsea. Did you know that Newcastle winning the EFL Cup means that EPL, yes, Newcastle winning the EFL Cup, that's the Carabao Cup, means that the team who finishes 11th in the Premier League could qualify for Europe next season. Yeah. When I did the calculation for you guys over the weekend, talking about 8 teams, right? If this wins and this win, you know, assuming Chelsea win the Conference League, Tottenham or Manchester United win the Europa Cup, Arsenal or Aston Villa win the Champions League. Oh yes, the team that finishes 11th could actually play 11th on the league table. Who is 11th right now on the league table? Go and check it. Could actually play in Europe next season. Oh yes, it is what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, it is what it is. That is what is going to happen. Hopefully, Arsenal could win the Champions League, or Aston Villa, they could win the Champions League. And Tottenham, Manchester United could win the Europa League, or Chelsea winning the Conference League. That, we can bet on that. Unless they decide to disappoint us again. But quickly, let's get back to main business. Chelsea playing against Arsenal at the Emirates last night. Lots of disappointment. And most of you, looking at the comments, 1 or 2 of you disagree with me. Why? I mean, you said very clearly that some of these things are known. Yes, it is known. But the truth of the matter is that where we are right now in the season, it is expected that mistakes could be corrected. And if things continue to happen this way, then it means we are heading towards doom. Ladies and gentlemen, why did Chelsea lose the match 1-0? 1-0, and it seems as if Arsenal had the advantage throughout the game, which wasn't the actual fact on the ground. In terms of possession, Chelsea had more possession than they had. But then what happened? Why Chelsea could not score a goal or create enough chances to score? Ladies and gentlemen, Arsenal versus Chelsea, frantic start from Chelsea in that game. It was a frantic start. Having a good start does not mean you end well. But then, Chelsea was just toothless throughout. Can we start now? Maresca and his 11 men that started the game. You see, Chelsea lineup in their usual 4-2-3-1 formation with lots of changes with Cole Palmer especially also not available. So Enzo Maresca had to play Enzo Fernandez in the number 10 role. Enzo Maresca had to play Enzo Fernandez in that number 10 role. Sancho and Christopher Nkunku on the wings. Sancho playing the right wing, which I don't remember the last time I saw Sancho playing the right wing. Christopher Nkunku playing from the left wing. Yeah. Reece James and Fofana in the middle of the pitch. Fofana, all the fuss was committing was because before the game started, you would have been thinking Fofana was going to be playing from the right center back, also the right wing. Yeah, right wing. No. As the game started, he moved straight away to the midfield alongside Reece James. Alongside Reece James. Yes, James and Fofana in the middle of the pitch. Arsenal with their strongest lineup in this game. With Saka and Havertz out. Only Saka and Havertz were out in this lineup. Trossard and Martinelli on the left and the right side of the wings respectively. Trossard and Martinelli were the wingers in the game. Ladies and gentlemen, on your screen, now, both teams as the lineup is what you can see on your screen right now. Clearly, we saw Chelsea, Robert Sanchez in goal post. Wesley Fofana as if he was going to play that wing back. Badiashile, Levi Cowell, two centre backs, then Michael Kurela, left back. But the moment the game started, Wesley Fofana moved to meet Reece James in the midfield to free up Caicedo. Sancho on the left, Enzo Fernandez playing the number 10, Christopher Nkunku on the right. This is where I had the biggest problem. Instead of Christopher Nkunku playing the number 10, we brought in Enzo Fernandez there. Now, Neto heading the attack. Now, let's now look at Arsenal. This is one of the strongest teams you can ever see in the Premier League. Let's look at Arsenal. Arsenal started with Raya in goal post. Yes, Raya in goal post. Timber, Saliba, Gabriel, and Luis Skelly in defense. Now, in midfield, Odegaard, Thomas Partey, you can see very clearly, and Declan Rice, the strongest midfield you can ever see in the Premier League this season. Having Declan Rice and Thomas Partey alongside Odegaard, Arsenal came prepared. Martinelli on the right, Merino heading the attack, and Trossard on the left. Ladies and gentlemen, let's move forward a little. My time is running up, and so I will not waste my time. I'll be taking this thing very fast. All right? Let's move on. You see, dear friends, Chelsea's pressing structure was a hybrid. Chelsea's pressing structure was a hybrid zonal with man-to-man marking. Man-to-man marking. Neto and Nkunku were tasked with marking Saliba and Gabriel. Yeah. Enzo was tasked to mark Partey. Was he able to do that? I leave that to your judgment. James on Declan Rice. Reece James was tasked to mark Declan Rice. And Sancho on Merino. Is it Melino? Yes, that's the striker, Melino. But Christopher Nkunku was given the hybrid role. And what is the hybrid role? To mark two different players. Christopher Nkunku. This is where the greatest atrocity of Enzo Maresca comes in. Christopher Nkunku was tasked to mark 2. And that is a hybrid. I don't know, I don't understand why it has to be Christopher Nkunku, dear friends. Yeah. You see, the purpose of this is to leave +1 to Chelsea in defense. But Nkunku struggle with this formation. As you may imagine, you can just predict it. The one, if you had to know this system before the game even starts, you first question you ask him, why must he be Nkunku? Because we know his weak points. He's not the kind of player that runs a lot. So you first of all ask, why Nkunku tasked with 2 players to mark? Dear friends, I'm being signaled that my time is already up, but I'll make sure I'll finish this. Just follow me through. I mean, you may imagine it. And Arsenal took the advantage. Arsenal, they took advantage of that. On your screen currently, I have 2 pictures there, right there on your screen. The first one, just let go of the first one, but focus on the second one and the third. 3 pictures. The second one, you saw the arrow. You could see where the position of Christopher Nkunku, and you could also see where the 2 players that he was asked, Timber and Saliba, were. Now, this is not a player that loves to run a lot, but he was tasked to mark 2 players. That is a hybrid system. Maybe you cannot see it clearly. Let's move to the next, the next picture. So you can see it clearer. Right there on your screen. That is the position of Christopher Nkunku. In between Timber and Saliba. Now, what happened? You see, in games like this, Arsenal, with experience of their head coach, Mikel Arteta, they wanted to take advantage of that. And they did. In many ways, they did. Firstly, by rotating as they usually do. Arsenal usually rotate the positioning of their players to disorganize the pressing structure of defenses. They usually do that, which they did. When Chelsea went man-to-man, when Chelsea went man-to-man pressing, Arsenal exposes their defense, because as soon as we go man-to-man, Christopher Nkunku is left with 2 players. He could not get the positioning right, whether to mark Timber or Saliba. So there was 1 player always left behind, which is not usually Chelsea's style or system. Chelsea went man-to-man pressing a bit more after Arsenal's goal, if you remember very well. We went more of man-to-man pressing after Arsenal's goal. And the question is, did that even help? It wasn't the case. The goalkeeper of Arsenal, Raya, was instructed to do one specific thing. Do you know what he did? Raya went long balls. He went long balls. No more playing from behind. He went long to either play it onto the runners in behind, or let Arsenal try to get a second ball by Chelsea's mistake. Once he plays the ball in behind, it's 2 things. It gives breathing space to the defenders, Arsenal defense. Then, the second thing is that you will notice from there is that it allows Chelsea to receive the ball. Then Arsenal will now be waiting for Chelsea's mistake to pounce on, which we always do. Our passes weren't correct. Dear friend, I'll soon be letting you guys go. You see, it's interesting to note what Mikel Arteta said after the game. Let me tell you what he said. Mikel Arteta, he said, Chelsea are the best attacking team in the Premier League. And by a mile. Chelsea are the best attacking team in the Premier League. And by a mile. He came in prepared tactically. Tactically. He knows what Chelsea can do based on individual players we have. If you were to I listened to the full interview, he said individual players, individually. And in fact, he also reminded us that they have some 2 or 3 players that are injured, that are first team players that are injured and are not in the squad. But he made the point very clear that Chelsea possess players that can hit on and off the ball. On and off the ball. Ladies and gentlemen. So then, what happened? That is what I try to break down for you. Analyzing this for you carefully. I'm about to run up in the next 1 minute, 15 seconds. Dear friends, you see, when Chelsea went man-to-man, pressing a bit more after Arsenal's goal, Raya went long either to play it onto the runners in behind or let Arsenal to get the second balls by Chelsea's mistakes. This is where they finished the game. This is where Arsenal finished the game. You can imagine Arsenal could not score by direct play. They scored their only goal through corner kick. We know that in the Premier League, they are the best when it comes to set piece. And so their tactical approach to the game, 100% on point. They were not ready, they were not looking for playing, the game and score through middle or the strikers. After all, who was their striker? Merino. So they were not hoping to score through direct play. They just came to counter Chelsea. Came prepared. What was our plan? What was our plan? I'm running up, dear friends, with some shout-outs. Like I promised you, in a minute and 15 seconds, I'm giving some shout-out and I'll be out of this place. We are on international break. From tomorrow, we'll be analyzing these games the more. I've not even told you what our head coach said. I have a lot to talk about. But due to time constraints, I'll be taking it bit by bit. On this international break, don't go anywhere. Stay on this channel with me. Like the video, share the video, and let's continue to meet throughout this international break. Dear friend, some shout out before I let you guys go. All right? This one says, coming from who? Is it Bright? It says, I said this here to destroy Chelsea FC. My prayer is let this ongoing court case with former owner win the case against UK government to take over his club and Chelsea away. Dear friend, well, this case, it will be difficult for Abramovich to get back his club. It will be very difficult. I can never say never, but it will be difficult. My dear friend, Bright, wherever you are, big shout out to you, Bright, wherever you are. The next one says, thank God that we didn't collect Watu, coming from Albert Autry. Albert Autry says that we thank God Chelsea did not collect Watu. Yeah, we didn't collect Watu. It's true, because Arsenal themselves, Chelsea was supposed to score Arsenal yesterday. We were supposed to beat Arsenal hands down. It is just a fact, dear friend. My dear friend Odunayo, your messages are just 3 pages every time. Please help me. Help me, Odunayo. But let me try to read as much as I can here. Good day, Mr. Selon. I am still Odunayo from Lagos, Nigeria. I think we have passed all these questions you have raised because we have done numerous analysis on Maresca. But I will maintain my stance that Maresca will never take this club anywhere. Let me just end it there. You have concluded the whole story. Maresca will never take Chelsea, this club, Chelsea, anywhere. And I believe you and I agree with you 100%. Listen, I don't want to start waging a war of Maresca out. Let's just be patient and let's see how we end the season. Let's just be patient and see how Chelsea will end the season. Big shout out to you, my dear friend, Odunayo Oyo. Yes, like I told you, your message is so long, but the main point, which already cleared up everything, is what I just brought up. I'll talk to you some other time again. The next one coming from Anefiok Mose, he says, I keep saying in the next 5 years to come, Chelsea is not going anywhere. With this mismanagement team and coach, we are zero. So everybody's on the same page with me. Should we start calling for Maresca out? Let's just be patient, dear friends. Let's be patient. Let's see. After the international break, Madueke will be back. Nicola Jackson will be back. Let's see what will happen from there. Yes, dear friends. Big shout out to you, Anefiok Moses in Nigeria. This one from Mary what? Mary Stone said, I was expecting it. Really? You were expecting Chelsea to lose. Anyway, big shout out to you, Mary Stones. Big shout out to you guys. And the last but not the least, Frederick Amabe says, congrats to our ladies. Thanks, Frederick Amabe from Biafra State, Nigeria. Yes, for our ladies for winning the trophy. Yes, congratulations to them right there. Well, dear friends, I'm off. I'll see you guys in the next one when you see me. Shalom and peace.